Aloha, welcome back to my channel, Come Together Yoga with Victoria with Come Together Wellness. Today we will focus on balance. So we're going to start off seated. Go ahead and you can sit on your heels, grab a block, slide it in between your feet and sit. Or you can also sit down in easy pose, cross-legged, Sukhasana. And we're going to take a moment to meditate. And before I begin, I just wanted to ask that if you are enjoying my episode so far, if you love this practice, I hope that you subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so you get notified when I update a video. Please feel free to leave me a comment or some feedback below. Anything that you feel that you might need or request, something you're curious about in the yoga practice or the wellness practice, I'm happy to help find an answer. You can also follow me on YouTube. Obviously, we're here on YouTube. You can follow me on Instagram or Facebook at Come Together Wellness. And my website is cometogetherwellness.com. Let's go ahead and get started here in this practice of balance. Wherever you are seated, let's take a moment and just close the eyes. And we're going to reset the body here just with 3 deep, powerful breaths. Breathe in through your nose. Open your mouth. Exhale. Inhale. Open mouth. Get it all out. Again, inhale. Exhale. Keep your eyes closed for a moment. Begin to breathe Ujjayi breath, ocean breath. Go ahead and find a rhythm. Let this be your anchor today for this 15-minute practice that we have together. Let your breath be the anchor of the practice. Find the balance right here in your breath. An example is breathing in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing out 4, 3, 2, 1. Your count may be longer. It's just an example of a rhythm that you can have that brings balance into the body on a really deep energetic level. And before we begin moving the body, I want you to just think about all the things in your life that you're balancing at this moment, all the different areas, what's on your plate, how many plates are you carrying? And how is all that working out for you? How is it making you feel? Let's blink the eyes open and begin. 2 key things to think about as you balance is your core. Your core is going to draw into your center to help you balance. What I mean by this is as you breathe Ujjayi breath, we're going to breathe in, suck the belly back and up, and then exhale, squeeze and contract the belly. So right here, we're toning and drawing into the core, which is the entire mid part of your body, all the way around to the back. So squeezing and drawing inwards and upwards through the Ujjayi breath. The second thing is a focal point. When you balance, let's try to focus on something that's not moving. And I've already mentioned it, but thirdly is don't hold your breath as you balance. Remember to keep breathing Ujjayi breath. Let's go ahead and stand up. I'm going to take this nice and slow. We're going to start off with a real simple balancing pose, tree pose. For those of you that are just beginning, have a block nearby. We're going to start by balancing on the left foot, facing me. This will be your left foot. This is my right leg, but this is your left. We're going to go ahead and just play around with just taking your foot right up here like this, the right heel resting it onto the left shin. Use your toes or the ball of the foot to balance. Bring your hands to your heart center. And now think about those three components. Find a focal point. Breathe. And draw into your center, into your core. If you're feeling good here, you can begin to slide your foot up onto your calf. Push into your center. Push your hands in towards each other. Push your right foot into your left leg and your left leg back into your foot. Everything drawing into your center. If you're feeling a little bit more confident, pick your foot up and place it to your inner thigh, up as high as you are able to, balancing evenly across your left foot. See if you can point that right knee out towards the right. Draw your tailbone down towards your left heel, the balancing foot. Relax the shoulders. Continue to push in, draw in, and breathe. If this is difficult for you, go ahead and use a wall. You can just put your hand on the wall, but make sure you're not leaning into the wall. And then over time, you can just begin to remove your hand off the wall, maybe for 1 second, and work your way up. 2 seconds. Put it back on, and then eventually move a little bit further away from the wall so you're not depending on the wall. And your core will get stronger and stronger the more that you fall and come back into the pose. So your muscles are learning how to balance. Let's go ahead, relax, and shake out now that balancing leg. And we'll start over here. Heel onto your right ankle or calf. Just starting off nice and simple. You can even take your hands up, change the position of your arms. If you're just beginning to learn how to balance here, you want to push the palms in towards each other. Just to remind the brain here that we're drawing into the center. If you're feeling good here, take your foot all the way up. Vrikshasana tree pose. Feel the balancing foot here like roots growing and connecting way down deep into the earth. And with your breath, we flourish, open, bloom, and grow. Nice and anchored here in the pose with your breath in your center. Smile and let's release. Shake it out. Okay. I'm just looking at the time here, making sure I'm mindful of the time. All right. Next balancing pose, standing. We're going to now use the hands. Take your hands to blocks. I'm going to go ahead and turn sideways so you can see better here. I like to take the blocks up nice and high, especially if you're tight in the legs. You can bend your knees here. You don't have to straighten out the legs, but get your body long from your hips to your shoulders. So you don't want to be down too deep like this or too far out and shifting forward. Aligning the body so the hips are over your heels and your shoulders right on top of your wrists. Let's start by balancing on your right foot and slowly lift the left leg up. You're trying to get your leg parallel to the ground. Flex your left foot and push out through your left heel. Squeeze into your core here. Hug your inner thighs, your legs, as if there's magnets inside your inner thighs. Draw the low belly in. You can always soften this balancing right leg, but the strongest leg of a balancing pose is the one that's not connected to the ground. That's the strongest one. Then from here, if you're feeling good, maybe bring one hand to your heart. Find your focal point on the ground, and you can also bring the other hand up. Yay, you're balancing and you have found your center. If you haven't yet, don't worry about it. You're still finding it. Remember to practice Me Lama in Hawaii. This is taking care of yourself. No negative thoughts, no judgments. Be kind and loving to yourself. Just be grateful you're able to move and you're doing something right now good for your body, good for your soul, for your wellness journey. Right leg up, contract your right glute, push down into your blocks. All the weight is in the balancing leg. Your hand should become light eventually, so draw into your core. Play around with one hand coming up, half prayer, and then the other hand. You can also airplane wing your arms back, airplane pose, or even reach them forward for warrior three. Reaching out forward and back through the leg, and then hands come down. Step your foot down. And let's come all the way up to standing. Reach up and exhale. Hands come down to your heart. Okay, next, we're going to practice balancing on your side. This will be the last pose of the series. Come light on onto your side, onto your forearm. Make a fist here with your hand. Left hand comes to your left hip. So here, balancing just on one side of the body. Push down into your forearm, and now push away and out of your shoulder. Flex your feet and lift your hips. Balancing here on the body. You got this. You can do it. Keep breathing. You can always fall out of the pose, but push yourself back up. Maybe take a little tree pose here, or bring the foot all the way up. I just fell out. Just get yourself back into it. And let's slowly release. Whew. Great work. Let's go over to the other side. We're creating strength on both sides of the body here, which actually will help you balance. Onto your forearm, make a fist, both legs straight out, flex your feet. Take your left hand now to your left hip, right hand to your right hip, you're facing me. And let's lift, push up. You got this, 30 seconds. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your feet together. Hug everything into your center. Maybe take a little tree pose here. Don't put your foot onto your knee. You got this. Keep breathing, focusing, drawing into your center as you balance. Smile, and let's slowly release. All right, come back to a comfortable seat. See how you feel. Just from balancing on both sides of the body. What side was easier for you today? Where are you strongest? On your right side or your left side? Did you hold your breath while you're holding a pose? So these are just little things to inquire about yourself, which is part of the practice of yoga. Reflect and observe. Let's draw the hands to the heart. Thank you so much for tuning in today to join in a 15-minute yoga practice. I hope that you come back, and I hope to see you in one of my virtual classes. Someday we might all practice together on the beautiful island of Kauai. I want to say thank you for allowing me to guide you today. Thank you for showing up. We bow forward as we say the word Mahalo, which is thank you in Hawaiian, and the word Namaste.